read-along day, read-along day. So I thought it's the day to read you some of The Wonderful Mr. WORMmis. I'm not going to read it all to you though because it's only out for 6 months now. So that means I'm going to wait for more and more people to buy it first before I read the whole one. So I'm going to give you a little hint read into the book today. The Wonderful Mr. WORMmis, a book so good it had to be given 2 names. The Wonderful Mr. WORMmis and the Wonder Worm. And I have bookmarks out there. If you have a bookmark, you can just follow along. And then there's a little flyer here that tells you, or you can get it from Pegasus Publishing. You can also get it from me on my Facebook site. You can get it from a lot of places. Just type in The Wonderful Mr. WORMmis by Lady Freckles. Where can I buy this? And then it'll show you lists of places that you can buy it. Alrighty. Without further ado, The Wonderful Mr. WORMmis! Doo doo doo! Mapella and the professor are here. The Wonderful Mr. WORMmis. The Wonderful Mr. WORMmis by me, Lady Freckles, and I am in the I'm in the Nightingale Children's Division of Pegasus Publishing. So here we go. I dedicate it to my children, Jessie and Emily, and to my best friend, Kenny Winnie, and to all the other dreamers and wanderers out there. It takes determination and action to make your dreams come true. So love who you are and love what you do. Alrighty, I have acknowledgements. You can read more as you get your own copy. So, deep in the jungle lives a teeny weakly worm whose name is Wonderful Mr. WORMmis. He's an exciting adventure worm who travels on many wild adventures. His mind is a curious one filled with imagination. It is created upon dreams so strong he could stand on them. Mr. WORMmis squirmed his long slender body along the earth. Suddenly, sounds of thunder came rumbling out from beyond the brush. He stayed still and silent. As the thunder grew stronger, the earth shook, crumbling from under him. Boom, boom, boom! Huge gray elephants stormed past Mr. WORMmis, making him choke on the thick cloud of dust they had stirred behind him. Yuck! Blah! He spat the dirt from his tongue to the ground. Mr. WORMmis wiped his eyes, sadly staring at all of the branches that were, sadly staring at everything the elephants trampled around him. Branches laid split apart, thrown across the torn jungle floor. Leaves scattered by the thousands as if they had rained from the sky. Mr. WORMmis turned his eyes upwards. He saw the towering trees wrapped with coiled vines, hugging snugly around them. The rays of the sun broke through, showing the top of the jungle. The sky was crossed over by rapid growth of the wild, which grew into a jungle web through time. Whoosh! A speedy jungle bird suddenly appeared. Like a jet plane in the sky, the creature flew after Mr. WORMmis. What? Ah! Mr. WORMmis screamed, not sure what to do. What do you want with me? Mr. WORMmis yelled out. To eat you, replied the bird. It swooped down low and a loud, hungry, growling noise came from its stomach. Sorry, I keep bumping this. Mr. WORMmis began creating a getaway plan. It might work, he said to himself, but I'll have to use myself for bait. Just then, a tiny voice, sounding almost softer than a whisper, called out to save him. Over here, it said. I'll save you. Mr. WORMmis looked into the greenery of the jungle for anyone who may have called out to him. Seeing no one, he went ahead with his plan. Whee! Yippee-yi-yo! Mr. WORMmis hooted and hollered, zipping along many directions. Zoom, zoom, zoom. The jungle creature had been chasing closely behind him. After a while, it flew high into the air, and Mr. WORMmis thought it was all over. Oh, he sighed and he took a deep breath. And he lay belly up in the dust, watching the bird become a speck in the sky. Oh, it can't be! Mr. WORMmis shouted. It's coming back! The speck got closer, swirling lower as it flew. Then it took a dive and shaped itself straight as an arrow, its beak pointed like an axe. Mr. WORMmis tried to escape, but something else seemed to be happening in the bushes in front of them. The sharp sound of a branch went off like an alarm to his ears. Out poked two shimmering eyes that seemed to shine without the sun. So there you go. That's what you have today. And you're going to have to get your own copy. The wonderful Mr. WORMmis, you know you want it. And 2 more books are coming out soon, so you got to catch up. And to those of you who have bought a copy, thank you so much. Thank you for supporting me. And to all my fans out there, thank you so much for being here. And that's why I did this for you today, for you guys. Thank you so much. We all love you. Mr. WORMmis, Smopella the Professor. Woo! And me, Lady Freckles. So stay tuned. We love you guys. I hope you enjoyed it.